Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to show you a workout combining kettlebells and animal flow, but this time for complete beginners, both for animal flow and kettlebells. So I'm going to show you the technique and the basic so you can get started in the right way and have fun. So if you're ready, we can get started. Okay, so let's start with a warm-up before we can get started. So you're going to whirl your wrist side to side like this. Nice roll for about 30 to 60 seconds on each side, and then the other side. Okay, and then you're just gonna go like this. And there, and then down and up. Okay, nice one. Okay, now we're gonna roll our wrist inward. So from there, gonna come here and then back like this. And another side. Okay, and a nice little stretch. And then I'm gonna circle the shoulders. Okay, and I'm gonna do some squats, so 10 squats all the way down, like this, and then back up. Okay, and then at the bottom, now push your elbow against your knee, and then look up. And another side, and then again, and again. Okay, nice one. Now we're gonna do some bear crawl activation. So starting here with your shoulders above your wrists and hips above your knees. Knees should be a little bit more in front of your hips. So squeeze the glutes, brace your abs. Okay. Extend your spine, and then we're gonna move one leg up like this. Okay, and then let's do some hip circles. So out and in. 5 on each side. Another side. Awesome, let's get started. Okay, so the first exercise is going to be a combination of a beast into a deadlift. So quite simple. I can show you how to progress it eventually, but I'm just going to show you. So first you have the beast. So like the warm-up, you want to have your shoulders above your wrist, your knees slightly in front of your hips, like this. You want to squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, extend your spine. Knees are a few inches away from the floor. Here you hold this position, and then it's quite simple. You're going to either step like this, grab your kettlebell and up, or you can jump like this. Okay, so I'll show you with the kettlebell. So there, you can either go like this or jump. Make sure your back is natural. Squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes, brace your abs so that you're not hunched, and then deadlift. So to deadlift, you're gonna bring your shoulders back, brace your abs, squeeze the glutes, and then activate your lats muscles, push with your feet, come up. Make sure that the kettlebell is aligned with your feet and is not too far forward or too back. So like this, you can either step back or jump back, like this, and then again. And then slowly down, okay? Okay, I'll show you from the front. Okay, you can make it harder by doing a little side kick through before you do the deadlift. So you're gonna put your heel on the floor, create some space so that your knee can go through, and then your hand is gonna be aligned like this with your ear, and your elbow a bit higher or same level as your shoulder. You can go knee through or leg through, and then deadlift. Okay. I'll show you from the side. So this is knee through. And leg through. Okay, you can also step back. Okay. Okay, so next we have bear crawl into kettlebell swing. So for the bear crawl, first, gonna start like this in a beast position. Okay, shoulders above your wrist and knees a little bit further forward than your hips. Okay, extend your spine, brace your abs, squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, and then you're gonna move at the same time your opposite hand and your opposite foot and leg like this. Okay, same distance. Okay, so that is bear crawl. Knees stays a few inches off the floor. Brace your abs, squeeze the glutes, extend your spine. Okay, now the kettlebell swing. We're gonna grab the kettlebell, start in this position, similar to the deadlift, but this time the kettlebell is in front of you, like this. Okay, squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades. This. As you take the kettlebell is gonna go through your legs like this. You're gonna use the power of your glutes to then power it up like this to eye level, and then here. Okay, so we're just gonna do one swing and then bring it down. When you bring it down, it's important that it goes through your leg and then here. Okay, so it doesn't hurt your back. There and here. Okay, so make sure to practice this movement a few times before you move on with the combination of the animal flow. Make sure you really get this one first. All right, so really here, up, so you're not using your arms. A lot of people use the shoulders, but it's only the glutes. Straight back, squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades. So it's through here. So it's the speed of going from here to here and to eye level, and then it's gonna go like a swing down and then up, like that. Okay, so here you can see how is it going. So there, up, and there. So I'm not really doing anything to make it come up. It's all in the hip hinge, the hips as far back as possible, and then use the power of the glutes to power it up there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you with the bear crawl. Okay, I'm going to show you now the combination with the bear crawl and the kettlebell swing. So you start there, walk forward until your hands are the same level as the kettlebell. Okay, it's important they're not too far forward or too far backwards. Okay, then you're gonna stand like this. So this is your starting position. Squeeze the glutes, brace your abs. You can bend your knees slightly so that your hips go back, travel as far back as you can. Squeeze your shoulder blades, okay? From here, there, and up. Okay? And this is your finishing position. Return to beast. And there. Let's do it again. You can readjust your leg just before you go. Here. So you should finish in a beast position. You should naturally finish in a beast position and return like this. Okay, I'll show you from the front what it looks like. So here, let's go forward. There, swing. Then return to beast. You see I'm naturally into a beast as I go down. Okay, so for the next one, I really suggest that you use a lighter kettlebell because it works more the upper body and you really want to have the technique right. Okay, so the first animal flow what we're gonna do is Underswitch. Okay, so start in your beast position with your knees slightly in front of your hips and your wrist underneath your hands, underneath your shoulders. Okay, from there, you're gonna put your heel on the floor, get your knee through like we do for the side kick through, and you're gonna go underneath like a crab. Okay, so we're not gonna do the crab, but it's just gonna be there. But the crab is like this, so you have your feet a bit wider than hip width apart, knees are following your toes, and you're looking in front. Okay, so you want to squeeze the glutes, press your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades, shoulders away from your ears, and keep your neck aligned with your spine. Okay, so we're landing into a crab, so you want to have your feet a bit wider than hip width apart, your knees are following your toes, so knees a bit wider than hip width apart, same as the feet. Squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades, and your shoulders should be away from your ears and your neck aligned with your spine, so look at the horizon. Okay, so then we're gonna push off the gas, so you push with the ball of your foot on your leg there, you're gonna make some space and return. Okay, but what we're gonna do is just this movement. So just here, you're gonna look through your hand like this and return. So we're not gonna do the complete crab. So it's just like this, push off the gas, return. Okay, so down here. So you just have your hand here, make sure your shoulder is away from your ears, look through your hand, and then return. So you just wanna make sure there is a gap here. So you take your hand off, this heel goes down, knee is going through, and this is how you should land. So it's the Underswitch. You're going under, like this. Okay, so your shoulder away from your ears, like that. Okay, so a common mistake is to want to go above, like this. Yeah, so you really want to create space under. Imagine like a diagonal. You want to go through there. So it's almost like here, okay? And then we're gonna do some gorilla rows. So I did that in a bit more advanced video, but I'm gonna teach you now. So the gorilla rows, I advise you to have something to reach, to hold on to, so that you really keep the good technique. So your hips as far back as possible. Okay, squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades. A common mistake I see a lot is going like this. And you don't want that. You really want to feel it. Back of the leg, bracing your abs, squeezing your shoulder blades, and in your glutes mostly. So there, retract your shoulder blades without bending the elbow first. There. Then elbows come in by your side, squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay, your hand is traveling towards the mid waist there. You don't want it too high, you don't want it too low, so about there. Okay, so shoulders back, squeeze, and then down. And then again, other side, squeeze, down. Okay, there. Okay, once you're ready, you can take your hand off. Do it without any help, and from here, like this. Okay, so shoulders back first, bend your elbow, squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay, if you're struggling with this move and you really can't do it, just focus on the underswitch, just do that. And when we do the workout, just do the underswitch. I would work separately with working with your back muscles. So while you're doing the underswitch separately, at the end of this workout, if you're struggling to keep your back straight and it tends to go like this, use a band. Start sitting like this. Grab the handles of the band. Okay, the further closer you are, the harder it is. The further back you are, the easier it is. Okay, you want to stand straight. You can bend slightly your knees to make it a little bit easier on your back. Okay, and from there you want to squeeze your shoulder blades, so retract, so make sure you're really engaging your core. Okay, you're not rounding your back. Retract your shoulders back like this, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then elbows in like that. Tuck your elbows in and then return slowly like that. Okay, you can make it harder by extending your legs, and this should really work your back, so that you're not hunching and you're keeping your core strong. So this should really work your back, so you're not hunching and you're really keeping your core strong. Okay. Show you from the back, and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to combine the two moves together. So there we have underswitch. Okay, heel down, push off the gas, and then from here you're going to step forward and squeeze your shoulder blades. 1 and 2, and then again. Okay, you can either step forward or you can also jump forward like we did in the first exercise. can reach, squeeze, and squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little workout. So each exercise is gonna be 45 seconds and 10 seconds between each exercise. So I'm not gonna put the 30 seconds in between each round, but I would invite you to pause the video and take as much break as you need and then continue with the other rounds. If you wanna do by repetitions, you can do 3 sets of about 10 repetitions for each exercise. But for this video, we use a timer, so it's a little bit more fun and you can follow along. Okay, so let's get ready. Okay, so let's get ready with the first exercise. So the beast into a deadlift or side kick through into a deadlift. Okay, let's go. So there. Deadlift, squeeze your shoulder blades. Okay. Okay, you can do a knee through. Or you can do a side kick through. Awesome. You can also step back or jump back. Awesome. Okay, 10 seconds off. Next we have bear crawl into a swing. Okay, let's get ready. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Okay, gorilla rolls. Let's get ready. Okay, Underswitch. Here, you can grab something. Awesome, well done. Okay, we have 30 seconds off and we're gonna do it twice more. Okay, let's go for the second round. Let's get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, show you here this time. Okay, you can also step back and step up. Awesome, well done. Okay, next one. Bear crawl into a swing. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Swing. Awesome. Keep it up. Okay, awesome. Okay, last one. Underswitch to kettlebell gorilla rows. Keep it up. Okay, we have 30 seconds off. Okay, we have the third round. Okay, let's get ready. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Okay, there, deadlift. Slowly down, you can step back and walk back up. Awesome. Okay, next we have Underswitch. Next we have back roll into kettlebell swing. Okay, let's get ready. Awesome. Next we have Underswitch into gorilla rows. Okay, let's go. Okay, awesome, well done.